Hi, my name is Ella and I'm in recovery from anorexia nervosa. Choosing recovery has been one of the hardest things I've ever done and continues to be, as every day I have to make a conscious choice to recover. I've spent so long refusing and fighting recovery with all my energy, as I truly believed I didn't deserve to recover and that it would mean I've failed. My eating disorder gave me a false sense of security and control. But over the past months, I've finally come to terms with the fact that my eating disorder has given me nothing but pain. So today, I will be sharing with you how I started recovery and some tips to hopefully kickstart your own recovery journey. Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be sharing with you some tips and how I personally started my recovery journey. Hopefully this helps any one of you decide to start your own recovery journey. I promise you it's so worth it, and I really hope these tips help. My first tip is to make a list of all the reasons you want to recover. And if you can't think of any, just think of all the horrible things that your ED has brought to your life. For me, some things I want to recover for are to travel, to go to university, to start my own family, to go on dog walks, to hang out with my friends, any of those kind of things. Or think of things that your eating disorder has taken from you. Like, I just don't want to be cold all the time, or I don't want to be hungry all the time, or having trouble sleeping, or my hair being horribly brittle and falling out. I find that these really motivate me and just make me feel like there is a light at the end of the tunnel. And even when I'm having a horrible day and it all just feels pointless, just looking back at my list and thinking and seeing the things I'm fighting for and just reminding me why I need and want to recover. Number 2 is reaching out for help. This can be just telling your friends and family if you're close to them and feel comfortable talking to them, or this could be going to your doctor and confiding in them or your school counsellor, any of those kind of people. I think it's really helpful to have somebody on your side, like what's going on and why you might be acting different, or why you need special things in place for you, why you might be missing out on school or just not feeling yourself. I know it can be so lonely when you have an eating disorder. It isolates you completely. Even if you don't really have anyone you feel comfortable talking to, finding people online I think is a great place. My Instagram account I started when I started my recovery journey, I've met so many amazing people through it, and they all relate to me, and I just feel so comfortable talking to them about anything. I find it's such a safe community over there. But I do think it's really important having friends or family in real life that you can physically go and talk to and that they can support you. Like I said, your school counsellors are a really good resource. They can often refer you to other places or talk to your parents if you don't feel comfortable bringing it up with them. Another tip, if you don't feel comfortable talking to people about it, is writing a letter or just texting them, because that way you can just do it and then try and forget about it for a second. Like, you don't have to be super confrontational, which I find quite scary. So that's another tip on opening up to people about it. I can almost guarantee everybody has one person in their life they can talk to. I know I feel really lonely a lot, but I do have friends I can talk to. And you can always go to your doctor, any of those people, even if they're paid professionals. Number 3 is coming to terms with the fact that you're never gonna feel ready to recover. For so long, I waited for this light bulb moment to happen and make me kickstart recovery and suddenly just propel me into recovery. But in reality, that doesn't happen. Maybe rare cases it might happen for some people, but there's never gonna be a moment where it's suddenly like, oh my gosh, I know what to do. For me, it took a lot of little things and a lot of realizations on my own part. I realized that nobody can recover for you. You have to recover. It doesn't matter how many people are helping you, how many people are supporting you, looking after you, making you eat, all that kind of stuff. If you don't want it and you're not doing it, it's not going to stick. You're not going to be able to recover. I also had to come to terms with the fact that I don't want to be like this for the rest of my life. Like, I don't want to waste any more of my life with this eating disorder. When I was really unwell, I'd think in the future, oh, well, in the future I'll be better. Like, it doesn't matter, I'll be better then. But you actually have to do steps to recover. You can't just wake up one day and it's all gonna be a bad dream. You have to make change to see change. And I thought, what's the point? Like, I don't want to waste any more of my life. I want to just recover now. If I'd recovered like when I was first diagnosed, I would have all my life back, all my teenage years back, but I've wasted so much. I don't want to wake up and be 25 and realize I'm still sick, I'm still unwell, I've still got the stupid eating disorder voice in my head. So I just need to do it now, and then I can get on with my life and have an amazing life. I know all of you have an amazing life, and you all can and will recover. It's just a matter of when. So why not now? Number 4 is to start challenging your eating disorder voice and speaking out loud what it tells you. Like, oh, don't eat that pizza. Well, why shouldn't I? And your eating disorder will be like, oh, because you'll gain heaps of weight. And you can be like, eating pizza once is not going to make me gain loads of weight. That's not how it works. And you kind of just like battle it out with your eating disorder. And eventually your eating disorder will be like, shoot, they've got me. I'm going to have to shut up now because I'm not going to be able to win this argument. Your eating disorder is super irrational and says super dumb things. Once you start speaking them out loud, you can hear how dumb it sounds. And even speaking it around other people you trust, and they can just be like, what the heck are you even talking about? Like, the voice is so stupid. And kind of talking to yourself like a friend. Like, would you ever say to your friend, oh no, you can't have another cupcake, you'll be fat? No, of course not. You'd be like, go on girl, eat all you want, like, your body, your life. You only live once, what's the point? I know it's hard, but if you start trying to treat yourself like a friend, it will get easier. It's so common these days for people to not like themselves, to absolutely hate themselves. But we're the one person we're going to be stuck with our whole lives. Like, we can't escape ourselves. We may as well just become friends, get used to it, and just accept who we are. When you think about it, life is so short. What's the point of wasting it worrying about calories and your weight and how you look, what people think of you? I know it's so much easier said than done. Just thinking about it and just being aware of what your brain is telling you, what your eating disorder is telling you, and just thinking, is this really true? And do I want to listen to this voice? If a friend was telling me this, I would not listen to them. So why am I listening to my own stupid voice? The more you challenge it, the easier it gets. And number 5, fake it till you make it. This is something I'm really trying to do at the moment. I haven't really done it, but I've heard a lot of people in the recovery community doing this, and it really helps. So basically just pretending you don't have an eating disorder. I know it's really hard, but just doing things you would do if you didn't have an eating disorder. Like if your friends invite you out to eat, being like, oh yeah, I can go. I don't have an eating disorder, I can do that. Or your mum offers you your favorite dessert. Just saying, sure, cool, I'll eat it. I don't have an eating disorder. If I didn't have an eating disorder, I would, so why not do it? Also taking the narrative away. You don't have an eating disorder, you're doing an eating disorder. I know that's kind of weird, but it's something my therapist was talking to me about. Like, an eating disorder is a verb, you do it. It's not something you have. Like when you restrict food, you're doing the eating disorder. When you're doing compulsive exercise, you're doing the eating disorder. When you're using certain cutlery or doing certain behaviors, you're doing the eating disorder. You don't have an eating disorder. You're just doing things that are eating disorder tendencies. So why not do those and do other things? I'm not quite there yet. I'm really trying to implement this because I know it is something a lot of people do find helpful. But you can just start small. Like right now I'm sitting, which I find sitting really hard, but I'm just trying to tell myself, no, I'm doing this now. I'm not going to do my eating disorder. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do something that hopefully helps other people, and I really enjoy filming videos. Let's do something fun that I like. Let's not do what the eating disorder wants. Let's not do the eating disorder. It's like taking the power away from the eating disorder and giving it back to yourself. Your eating disorder gives you this sense of control, but in reality it's the opposite. The eating disorder just takes away the control. When you give into it, when you do the eating disorder, it's taking your control. So recovery is really gaining your control back. Hopefully you get what I mean. Okay, so there are my top 5 tips on eating disorder recovery, how to start it, how to keep going and keep fighting and not relapse. But just know that relapses aren't a failure, it's a bump in the road. You can get back on track. You don't need to get rid of all your progress. I know all of you can recover. I believe in you all so much. If you ever want to reach out to me, you can reach out to me on my Instagram at EllaDaisy, and I'll try to reply to all your DMs. I'm sending you all so much love. Bye!